So the first video I put out on this channel was about how Apple was going to implement, they had announced this feature for iCloud and for iPhones. And what it would do was it would scan the images on your phone and compare it to a database of known child sexual abuse material. Now, they wouldn't just scan the image outright. What they were doing was they were putting your images and images you got through iMessage as well, and the ones on your iCloud, they would put it through a hashing process. And what that is, you can think of it like a filter. So it takes the digital information from the image and it puts it through this digital filter, which kind of scrambles it and makes it you wouldn't actually be able to see what the image is, but you'd have all this digital information. So then they would take that new filtered image and compare it with a filtered image that was done the exact same way from known child sexual abuse material, and they could compare those two kind of scrambled data sets that were done the same way to say, is this image, uh, is this illegal or is it exploitative of minors? And so that's how they were kind of getting around the privacy aspect. They would say, well, we can't see the images on your phone. We're just seeing this kind of this scrambled set of data here and comparing it with these known images. So, we're not actually looking at all the pictures on your phone or that you get in iMessage. Well, there are all kinds of backlash to it, and we went over that. That was, like I say, the first video we did. This is the article we read. So it actually looks like all of the people speaking up about privacy concerns they have, and how this could be used by governments and bad actors. But I repeat myself, to just to be used in a way that is not intended. We'll just say that. So let's read this article from The Verge and see what this is about. They've essentially, the long story short is they've kind of backtracked, and they may be rethinking this altogether. Let's read this. Apple has updated a web page on its child safety features to remove all references to the controversial child sexual abuse material detection feature first announced in August. The change was spotted by Mac rumors, appeared to have taken place sometime between December 10th and 13th. But despite the change to its website, the company says its plans for the future haven't changed. Two of the three safety features, which released earlier this week with iOS 15.2, are still present on the page, which is titled Expanded Protections for Children. However, references to the more controversial CSAM detection, whose launch was delayed following the backlash from privacy advocates, have been removed. So that was the, if you see here, here's the original video I did on it. So they announce it, and there's all kinds of backlash, and it gets delayed, and now it has just disappeared. All reference to it has disappeared from their website. So let's read on. When reached for comment, Apple spokesperson Shane Bauer said the company's position hasn't changed since September, when it first announced it would be delaying the launch of the CSAM detection. Quote, based on feedback from customers, advocacy groups, researchers, and others, we have decided to take additional time over the coming months to collect input and make improvements before releasing these critically important child safety features. The company's September statement read. Crucially, Apple's statement does not say the feature has been canceled entirely. Documents outlining how the functionality works are still live on Apple's website. Apple's CSAM detection feature was controversial when it was announced because it involves taking hashes of iCloud photos and comparing them to a database of hashes of known child sexual abuse material imagery. Apple claims this approach allows it to report users to the authorities if they're known to be uploading child abuse imagery without compromising the privacy of its customers more generally. It also says the encryption of user data is not affected, and that the analysis to be run on the device. So they say this comparison analysis is not even going to happen on Apple's server somewhere. So it's not as though they're actually, according to them, downloading all of your images, hashed digitally though they may be. That's not even the case. This comparison is going to happen on the device side. Of course, that's going to take up resources, processor and whatnot. So that's just one more thing your phone's going to be doing in the background. But critics argue that Apple's system risks undermining Apple's end-to-end encryption. Some some refer to the system as a backdoor that governments around the world might strong-arm Apple into expanding into including content behind CSAM. Well, I'm sure China or Russia or the U.S. government would never or at least try to strong-arm Apple into getting more access to people's personal devices. That would never happen. For its part, Apple has said that it will, quote, not accede to any government requests to expand it. Well, beyond what its features already are. Well, I believe they believe that. While the CSAM detection feature has yet to receive a new launch date, Apple has gone on to release 2 of the other child protection features that are announced in August. One is designed to warn children when they receive images containing nudity in messages, while the second provides additional information when searching for terms related to child exploitation through Siri, Spotlight, or Safari search. Both rolled out with iOS 15.2, which was released earlier this week, and which appears to have prompted Apple to update its webpage. So we knew Apple was delaying this feature. I think they're trying to find a way to make this even more secure for the people that are worried about it. Does this indicate that it won't come to your Apple services at all? I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of time. But maybe they can figure out a way to kind of reorganize the way this is going to work, so it will kind of quell some of people's fear that it can be used, rightly so, that it could be used nefariously. So people's feedback is being listened to by Apple, at least it would appear. So I hope something good comes of this. I'm going to link the original video down below. It's pretty long, but it has a lot more information about what this is and what it does and why people are kind of worried about it. I would go watch that if I were you, but of course that's up to you. Thank you for watching, and have a good weekend.